Okay, so hi Hannah, how are you doing today?
Not great.
No, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I understand you are meeting with other members of our team.
Yeah, I saw the dietitian. She gave me like annual meal plan and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and the nurse practitioner.
Great. So, and when we meet, we talk a little bit about confidentially. And do you have any question about that?
No, I remember.
Yes, everything we discuss is private, so it's important to you feel safe and comfortable because when individuals come to me with concern, they frequently have sensitive topics on their minds, and we good to proceed with our meeting and our works now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, great. Can you tell me a little bit about how are you doing and what brings you in?
I just feel like how you make goals for yourself. Like by 25, this will happen. And I feel like everything was heading in the right direction, and then everything just got messed up. And I think it's entirely the fault is me. So
Yes, you find yourself in situation where things are not turning out the way you had hoped they will, and you feel guilt.
yeah.
It's not your fault, and you can tell me a little bit how your life looks like. What does it look like day to day?
It's quite silly. Since I currently reside with my mother and receive disability benefits, I am unemployed, so I essentially do nothing but watch TV and basement fights with her are all I really do.
Yeah, and do you have friends?
Um, Not currently. I used to have friends, but the problem is that I now feel more like a burden than a friend, so I don't really reach out to them.
Well, can you say a little bit more about your relationship is like with your mother?
Well, she.
And how you interact with her?
Yeah, I realize that she probably finds my existence would be uncomfortable. However, she still behaves like a childlike manner toward me, continually inquiring about my diet, my insulin levels, and other things.
Yes, it appears that you are currently facing a very challenging situation. Things seem to be quite difficult for you. You were sent to me because you need counseling for your mood, and it sounds like things are really, really hard for you.
Yeah.
Does that sound like something that you could do?
I can try.
To give that a try and to try to do something just a little bit every day to improve your mood.
Yeah.
It's a really difficult adjustment to make when your life runs one way and then all of a sudden it changes very suddenly. And I want to add that it's really fair and common for people who are diagnosed with a chronic illness to experience mood disorder like depression. Therefore, a key goal of cognitive behavioral therapy is to comprehend how our ideas and feelings are related. We therefore always have thought running through our heads, and these thoughts have a significant impact on our emotional state. And I want to use an example that you are already familiar with to kind of demonstrate that how works that you already mentioned in terms of your mother and your bond. And you mentioned that your mother is short of on your case, and occasionally she will inquire as to whether you have checked your blood sugar levels. What sort of ideas will go through your mind in that kind of situation?
Well, I just think that she's treating me like a child, and I shouldn't be living with her in the first place. And that I can't even take care of myself properly.
Okay, so you think you're being treated like a child who shouldn't be living there and that you feel like a child?
Yeah.
Okay, so those are things that immediately come to mind. You should be on your own. I will use this as example to demonstrate to 5-point model as it known. We start with our thoughts and then our emotions can be tied to those thoughts. Given this type of thought in this kind of circumstance, what emotion might we feel?
Well, I feel kind of angry to my mother,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel kind of worthless because I am an, and I guess I just feel sad a lot.
Yeah, so those thought trigger those emotion.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to add two more circle that to this diagram. One will represent our behaviors, and the other will represent a physical reaction. What behaviors do you see yourself beginning to exhibit or engage in when this type of situation occurs?
Well, I often yell at my mother right away, but I usually simply go back to the basement and watch TV open.
Okay, so you yell and shout when you're angry before you shut with off withdraw and hide out in the basement?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you ever pay attention to your body reaction? What goes on inside of it, or how you feel when this sort of event occurs?
Yeah, I feel that my heart is beating quickly when she and I are shouting at each other. I also believe that my muscles are strained.
Okay, alright. As you can see, stressful situation come in many shapes and size. We have a lot of ideas, feelings, behavior, and physical reaction going on. And the environment only adds to this by creating yet another layer. Therefore, the environment we are in can affect what we feel. Depending on the surrounding, we may feel support or unsupport, which can affect a variety of factors. Do you think this model makes sense?
Yeah, I understand how those things are all connected.
We will just attempt to understand how this all related during our counseling season, and well as how you can begin to change certain things so that eventually your emotion can start to change. Okay.
Okay.
I indicate that I will require you to complete homework practice each week. So this week first homework practice task is to keep a mood journal. This chart which is break into the hours of the day and the days of the week is what I have here. As a result, it requires that you keep track of your mood and amount of depression throughout the day, hour by hour. Therefore, you should use a scale of 0 to 100 to indicate how intense your emotion and are in order to determine whether they have changed during the day. You should also take note of any activity you are engaged in so that you can determine whether they have affect your emotion. Therefore, you can also identify any patterns in your behavior and emotional state. Do you think you could give a try? The thing reasonable for you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so that's your homework assignment for the week. And I think we will end there for today. Do you have any question as we wrap up?
No, I think that makes sense.
Okay, great. So we will make appointment for next week.